I did the Lexington and Concord event for the Rise to Rebellion presentation. So a little bit of background on this event, so what I'm going to be talking about later will make a little bit more sense. So because of the many acts that the British enacted that negatively affected the Americans, like the Tea and Stamp Acts, a lot of colonists felt as though they were being taken advantage of by Britain. And this feeling of being snubbed, in a sense, led to the famous phrase, "no taxation without representation," which called for the British government to either give Americans a say in government affairs that would affect them, or to just not create measures that would involve the colonies at all. As a side note, it's worth mentioning that rebellions such as the Boston Tea Party made many people feel more reassured in protesting their European parent country. So, on April 18th, 1775, Joseph Warren, a physician and a member of the radical group Sons of Liberty, found out that the British were going to close in on the town of Concord. So he sent two couriers, Paul Revere and William Dawes, to notify the townspeople about the attack. And you can see Revere pictured here, waking up people. And Revere not only did this, but he also notified Samuel Adams and John Hancock, who were two of the targets of the British Redcoats advancement. And Revere, in addition to this, also sent out a two-light signal which told the colonists that the British were advancing by land as opposed to water, which would have been a one-light signal. So another courier by the name of Samuel Prescott actually met up with the other two men on their ride back to Concord. So the next day, on April 19th, British troops reached Lexington, and though the two did face off, the real battle began once the British reached the north bridge in Concord, where the fateful shot heard around the world was fired by the Redcoats. Though this is in contention a little bit, no one truly knows who actually shot first. This shot would set off the firestorm that is the Revolutionary War. So during this first battle, 2,000 Minutemen, known for their efficiency from becoming civilians to soldiers, arrived quickly in Concord once the fighting began. And their quick actions actually forced the highly trained British troops to actually start to flee back to Boston. So reinforcement troops came for the colonists from Salem, Marblehead, and just all around Massachusetts. And these troops provided actually a window of opportunity for the colonists to cut off the Redcoat retreat back to Boston, which would have allowed for the battle to be a definitive victory for the colonists. But a colonist commander actually called off this attack, and the British safely arrived in the Charlestown Neck, where they had naval backup. So in terms of aftermath and effects, the British caught the bulk of the casualties, with 250 of their soldiers either dead or seriously injured. However, the colonists also found themselves down 90 able-bodied men. So for significance, there are two key takeaways from this event, one being the aforementioned fact that this battle caused the Revolutionary War to begin, and the second significance of the Battle of Lexington and Concord was that it displayed how the Americans were a formidable adversary of their mother country, Britain, who were at the time one of the top naval powers in the entire world. Here are my citations, and thank you.